Games and Guns Network. Um, I'm basically trying to track down. I've got 11 cards left, and I'll have 100% platinum. Um, so I haven't played Outer Worlds in like almost 3 years. 2 years. When was the last time? 23. Wait, was it 24 or 23? I don't know. 2 to 3 years. It's been a while. And then they came out with Outer Worlds 2. I was waiting, and then they had a sale where you got the premium for. It was either the same price as the regular or a little bit cheaper, and I'm like, well, frick this, I'm buying it. Throughout this entire game now, I always play the first one very easy, get a general feel for it, and then I switch to the very hard, which in this case I did. Started a very hard one and went, jeez, what the heck? Basically, in a nutshell, they're very hard. In the beginning, it's not, it is kind of, it's hard, but it's not very hard. And once you get to a certain point, their very hard game is basically easy. Yeah, it's easy. Once you get the right perks, and they give you weapons that basically nerf the. I mean, you're going to use this chain spark cannon. Yeah, it's not the best. It only does 21, but it chains lightning, electricity. You're going to use Rookie's Reward, chain spark cannon, DeVere's, this sniper rifle, and Thunderstruck. I have tried every gun in the entire game that you can get your hands on, every melee weapon. Um, they basically they're interesting. But they still kind of suck. Um, the Last Whisper, great if you're playing easy. That thing will take them out because it does 100% damage unaware enemies, increasing up to 150%. So this thing basically takes them out and it dissolves them, so no bodies to be found. But one of my biggest bitches, and I didn't realize this, whoever decided to do this for Outer Worlds 2, you're an idiot. And if there's multiple people, you're multiple idiots. Why did you have to dumb down the friggin' game? Seriously. And when I mean they dumbed it down, they dumbed it down. Completely dumbed it down. I didn't realize this because it'd been a while till I loaded Outer Worlds last night, and I was shocked. I'm like, I really liked Outer Worlds. The only thing I didn't like about it was short. They dumbed this down so freaking much, it's incredible. So, we're going to talk about companions. Look at this shit, okay? They give you two choices, that's it. Well, in Outer Worlds, when you level up, they give you 5 for each level. Did you have to choose how you want your companion to go? Oh, yeah. A lot more flexibility. You could give them different weapons. You can give them different armor. You can't do that here. Forget it. She's got a pistol. She's got body armor. That's about it. Doesn't matter what the hell it is. You could dictate to your companions whether or not to. You had 3 choices. You could have them meleeing. You could have them doing range work, which, shooting. Or you could have it mixed. And they can mix. And by the way, not only did they carry a weapon, like a firearm, they also carried a melee weapon too. So they had a melee weapon and they had a gun. And you could do mixed, and depending on the situation, your companion would use either one. And then for their armor, they had a helmet and they had body armor. And you could swap them. And here's the best part about it. Shit. One of the things about this is, like, I like to use Tristan for the observation skill. Well, whenever it is a battle, Tristan just goes running right the fuck over. Kills him. So when you're trying to, one of the things they give you, which you can get, is the rookie's reward that levels up with every shot. Well, if Tristan runs out and kills him, you're unable to shoot him and level and use the weapon that to try to level it up. Outer Worlds, you can designate your companions. You could tell them to be aggressive and run right in as soon as the fight starts. You could tell them to wait until you're attacked, or you could tell them just to hang back until you direct them into the fight. So you can have your companions with you and still do all the fighting and use them as a backup. Now, so each companion in Outer Worlds would increase your levels. Like, Niles is your engineer. In Outer Worlds, it's Parvel. With Parvel in your party, your engineering was increased by 15. And what that means is, so if we go over to character, and we go to these skill stats. Now, look at this. I'm at level 30. I have hardly anything. I got nothing in melee, nothing in sneak, nothing in explosives. I got a little bit in leadership, speech, lockpick, engineering, hack. So, if my engineering was, say, 10 and it's Outer Worlds and I got Parvel, my engineering is now 25. It increases. And each one of your companions has different ones. Like one of them increases your lockpicking, one of them increases your hack, one of them increases your medical. So you could really, you had to know what you were doing and have the correct companions with you to increase your stats. And they all went up to 100. These only go up to 20. And even in the original, even in Outer Worlds, there was no way you could put 100 into the stats, but the other ones would suffer. Your best ones that you would do is like you'd have like 50 in lockpicking, 50 in engineering. Your main stats you would boost up. You'd maybe put like 10 into guns, and then you'd go into your inventory, and then your armor. Your armor and your helmet. Each one of these would be able to do different things. Each one of these things would do different stuff. Okay. Like, let's say you put the scholar, and that would increase your where is it? I don't know. Maybe your lockpicking or engineering. All right. And then and you would have a helmet that would do the same thing. So, I could talk about this one because shit, sorry. So you'd have a helmet that would increase your engineering by 5. You would or lockpick by 5, and you'd have armor that would increase your lockpick by 5 or 10. Maybe you get 20 points added on the lockpicking. So you'd have your lockpicking at 50. You'd wear these 2 sets if you needed to lockpick something. It would increase it up to 70, And then if you had the companion with you, it would get it up to like 85 or over 100. You could get it up, over 100. It was friggin' awesome. So you could really round out your character and have different things. You can't do that here. They give you this shitty armor that's, oh look, you've got all the regular armor. Actually, let's go. I probably have a shitload in here. Wait, or did I get rid of it all? Okay, so evasion chance, combat. Evasion and combat. Hold on. Evasion, damage resistance, and combat. So there we go. So this one gives you 20 and 50. That gives you 15 and 5. What else we got here? 20 and 50. Here's damage resistance of 10. So almost all the armors, that's about it. That's all you get for the top. And then they'll do something down below. They'll give you armor and like cost like two things that you can put a thing into it for armor, and you can change like the grit enhancing shit. For the hats, one frackin' mod, just one. That's it. So you have to decide. They give you all these friggin' things like speech attack, weapons slot, medical inhalers. The only one thing you can do is you can get your engineering up to 20, and you're going to sacrifice, take the friggin' perk, and it adds one additional slot. Yeah. And then with the golden stuff, you can only put one in there. And then they give you things like, here it's companion abilities, charge 10%. And then they give you cost cut materials. You can't change those two. You can only change the top one. Some of them, like this, doesn't even have it. See, this is what you'll get here. They decide, oh, this is what you're going to take. Well, Outer Worlds, you can pick and choose what you want. They got 4 friggin' slots of 4 different things that you can do. Same goes for weapons. Okay. Same goes for this. I mean, all the golden stuff. Pretty much they'll have like pinpoint assassin and barrel. What it does, and then like the grip. Here it's Crash of Thunder, and I put a defense grip on it. Grip, roar, and then there's an add-on. And the add-ons really fucking suck too, I'll tell you honestly. They do stuff like if you no, can't do anything with Rookie's Reward. Let's see, where am I here? Nope, Dust in the Wind, Reflex Sight, Chain Lightning. I don't have one to do it. But let's say you take a normal weapon and you make it into, shock. It's 55. Oh, wait, let's see. Okay, here's the zap. Well, I don't know. I don't think I can change it. But let's just say it was 30 damage. Normal damage, I put electric on it. It would drop it down to 15. Seriously? Double the rounds, drop it down even more. Change it to corrosive, drop it down. Put a suppressor on it, it drops it down. And I really want to know who the moron is that went, oh gee, yeah, if we suppress the weapon, it does less damage. That is not... I understand it's a video game, but come on. Let's, you got these funky weapons. But seriously, suppressors do not lower. It just makes it a little bit quieter. It doesn't lower the damage. It's like you put a suppressor on a 9mm handgun. Well, that doesn't turn the 9mm handgun into a 22 handgun. It still shoots a 9mm. It still fires the same round. It still does the same damage as a 9 would. Doesn't turn it into a 22. And that's what their thinking is. So, yeah. Overall, fuck, it sucks for armor and the thing. And it always drove me nuts. Bombs, not so, no complaint really on the bombs. Tons of fucking food, whatever. Nothing, I mean, you're gonna pick all this up. You don't have to buy anything. Um, Inhalers. And that's another thing. As you leveled up, you could get additional slots. Here, you start with one slot, and the only way you're getting additional slots is if you put something like, see, I've got the impact converter. Well, I could put an additional weapon slot into that, and then I would have 4. Or I could do a grenade slot, and instead of having 2, I'd have 3. Or I could do the medical inhaler. Instead of 1, I'd have 2. Or you could take a perk, which is what I did here. So that way I've got the 2. I did the same thing on the commando. So you basically got to waste your perks. So they made that hard. So they really screwed the pooch with the companions. They dumbed that down completely. You can't tell them what to do, how to do it. You can't change their armor. Perk points are choose either this or this, this or this. You got to choose. You can't. There's not like a list of like 5 different choices. But the biggest thing that I friggin' hate about this game, is there's no way to check your stats. There's absolutely I've checked everywhere I could possibly friggin' do it, and maybe I'm just stupid and I can't find it, but there's no way to know. There's absolutely no way that you could tell that. Okay, so I've got bullet shield, which gives me damage resistance, and base health is about the only thing you could choose, because it gives you the health right there under stats summary. It gives you a bloody summary, and that's it. But it doesn't even tell you what the friggin' things will do. Now you can something like this, like trophy. How about point blank? What's my sneak attack damage? I gotta sit here and friggin' look at each perk and go, okay, so I got 100% here. Let's see, what's this? Okay, that's the extra one here. No, that's the busybody here. Let's see. 10% damage resistance. There's 2.5. It's sit there and try to add everything up, and it's like, okay, is this what it really is? And you sit here and try to do this and go, what the heck? And it's like, ugh. Oh, and by the way, bit transfer, shitty perk. It only allows you to do 7, to hack it 7 times. Even though there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like 12 bounty stations, or 6 bounty stations. I think there might be 7, but there's definitely 6, and each one's got 2. But guess what? You can only hack 7. You do 3, and then you got to pick one. So you try to pick the highest ones, which is silly. And then when you hit level 30, you're done. No more experience points, no more money, so don't bother with it. Busybodies. I gotta admit, in the beginning it was friggin' awesome. Got a ton of materials, but the problem was I took this because I was doing the one where to play through without spending one bit of money. And I'm like, well, I'm going to need crafting stuff. Well, the problem is I didn't want to break anything down. I couldn't really break anything down because I felt like it was a waste without having the breakdown kit. Well, by the time I got the breakdown kit, it was it was it was already up there. I think I was like level 20. I don't know. I was over level 25. So it was like, okay, by the time I found it, because you can't buy it. And then when you hit level 30, guess what? No more. Because again, Busybodies is based upon XP. You don't get any XP after level 30. And then I also took Tinkerer, which kind of sucked because 10% damage with modern weapons. What I didn't realize was a lot of the things that you're going to do and a lot of the things like you're going to mod, like you're going to put the prism sight here, you're going to put the telescope sight there, you're going to do a reflex sight. You're not going to do anything with the sniper rifle. Leave that one alone. You're going to do a defense grip. Well, guess what? That's stuff you buy. Most of it you got to buy. um, how about the Union diffuser? How about the impact converter? Well, actually, I think I found that one. And I did find that one. Armor-wise, when you go to do it, the only thing you can do is compact rounds. Every other bit of armor, other than short rounds, other than short round or compact rounds, you got to buy the friggin' thing in order to be able to craft the materials on it. Yeah. Surprise! Didn't know that. I didn't realize I bought them. So it's kind of a catch-22 with the friggin' with that perk because most of them don't come with the sight. So it's like, yeah, okay. But again, like I said, you look here. I mean, about the only other thing is like deep drums. You know that one's working because the magazine's increase in size. Take that, and you take the flaw for the reload one, and it'll increase your guns up by 100%. So like the chain spark does 100 with that and the flaw bumps it up to 200 rounds per minute or 200 rounds. And where is it here? Let's see. Now that's electrocuted. Where is the load one? There's one where attack was still. Where is that one? All right, that actually works well with the pistols. Oh, I'm sorry. No, deep drums also slowly reloads automatically, which is friggin' awesome. So, and then there's a gunner suit that almost immediately reloads your firearm. It's like just instant kill. There's not much you can do about it. So yeah, comparing these two games, Outer Worlds blows Outer Worlds 2 away. even though I think it is a little bit shorter. Um, this has definitely got a few more locations. It's a little more detailed. There's more stuff to do here, but for being able to pick and choose, being able to, I mean, look, you got 3 factions. Outer Worlds, you had like, wait a minute, there was, I think there was like 6 or 7 factions. So here you only got 3. That's it. Auntie's Choice, Sub Rosa, and the Order. Um, that's all there is to it. And honestly, as long as you just go ahead and, I mean, all it really does is it gives you vendor prices reduced by 15%. And you get to the point, like, I mean, I got 77,000 coin. 77,835. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, if I really need to sell shit, look at this. And actually, I had more than that because I was doing the pages. This is just stuff I've recently picked up and thrown into trash. I had 10 pages of the one of not buying anything. You can sell, but I'm like, I want to see what I get. I did it at the end of the game. I kept everything. I had close to 700,000 coin at the end of the game. But you know what? You don't need it. For the most part, once you get it to this point, you want to keep at least. I'm curious how people figured it out, but supposedly with this, where it says, oh, actually, I'm not even using it. There's a Moon Man helmet, which gives you. It adds to your defense based on the amount of money you have, but it caps out supposedly after 25,000 bits, 25,000 in money. That's as far as it'll go. But again, I don't know how people figured that out because how do you tell? Where is the friggin' thing? You know? Yeah, previews. I can show you the previews. Okay, whatever. Um, yeah, I don't know how they figured the shit out because it drove me nuts. I can't figure it out. I don't know what to freaking do here. I don't know how to figure this stuff out. And look at all these perks. I mean, come on. I mean, I guess depending on what your playing is, you could do this as a melee, straight melee character, and you know, you could build all these just running melee perks, and basically make your character almost untouchable if you really want to. Just walk up and on very hard with one swing of the friggin' thing, you're dead. um, Iran guns. Hail of lead, 2% damage per shot, cap of 100%. Yeah. Marksman, basically I went with the pistol and the other stuff. And that's all you're going to get, 15 perks. So make sure you decide which 15 and how you want to do it. I would definitely not take the bit transfer. I wouldn't take busybodies either. I'd get something else. I wouldn't bother with busybodies. I only took that because, like I said, I was doing the playthrough with no. I would rather have something else. I don't know what I'd take. But these perks would definitely, for a very hard playthrough, dead on, baby. Melee, no. Guns that use biomass. I mean, let's say you're going to go you want to go biomass weapons. Yeah, no problem. But again, like I said, I've tried every weapon in this game. All of them. You name it, I've tried it. And the ones that I find that are most effective, Rookie's Reward, Chain Spark Cannon, depending on whether you're playing very hard or something under that, the Last Whisper, the Sniper Rifle, and then lastly, Thunderstruck. I love Thunderstruck. And by the way, Thunderstruck and the Chain Spark you can get right in the very beginning. Alright, so yeah. So comparison between the two, Outer World 2, while fun, is not as good as Outer Worlds. Like I said, my gut instinct here, knowing what I know now, I would pay about $15, maybe 15 to 20, no more than $20 for this game, simply because it's so dumbed down comparison to Outer Worlds. So there you go. That's the comparison. Hope it helps. And yeah, and as you can see, look, see, speech attack buffs, prime reports, extra holsters, self-repair and armor. I mean, yeah, well, that sounds good. It only gives you +5. What good is +5? +5 really doesn't do much. 25 damage resistance versus physical. 10% max health, which sounds good when you're entering combat. But the problem that arises is you can only have one. So do you want to have 10% of health added on, which, especially if you're playing very hard and you enter into a mid, you're going to lose that right away. Or do you want to have 20% of all incoming damage is split and applied to the companions, to the player is split and applied to companions instead? That keeps you alive a lot longer. And then using this, 5% health healed each time the party scores a kill. And then after use, heal 275 health over 3 seconds each time you take damage. Between this, it kicks ass. You don't really need anything else. Oh, wait. I can get rid of that. Yeah, I filled everything else. This is the only one that I held that'll do. Heal the health instantly and then for over 5 seconds. And I believe you get up to like 600 or 700. So if you're really in a pinch, I would put this and replace that. So that way, if you're in a major battle, this is very hard. You hit this, you heal your health instantly. You're gaining 475 over 5 seconds, and you're also taking 275 health for the damage thing. And then one of the perks, very hard. You always want to have Val with you. Use her companion ability, and guess what? You don't take any more. You don't take any more damage for the rest of the fight. Yeah. But if you're playing normal, you don't really need any of that shit. You can just run it and go. So, yeah. Between the two, I'm saying Outer Worlds blows Outer Worlds 2 away. Wait, hold on. Oh, here we go. And as for achievements, well, they're not that...
Is there a reason we do not deign to enter through the main gate?
Yeah, shut up. So as for achievements, they're not that bad. Where is it? What do I do here? Central control. What I did was I left central control all alone. I didn't go in there until I had to, and then what I did was I put the helmet on and I snuck in through everything. And I left everybody alive in here. I didn't take anybody out. And then when I got the guns, like there's one, the shrink ray. You got to shrink 5 opponents and then step on them. Yeah, I know. I think it's 5, maybe 10. I don't know. So I would, once I got these weapons, I would go here, get the achievement, reload it, put the gun away, get the next gun, next one for the next achievement. Come here, do it. And some of them you definitely want to do on easy. For instance, one of them, you got to kill 5. While hovering. You got to kill 5 people while hovering. You know what I really... I love the idea of the armor, but... Wait, hold on. Alright, so, let's go far. So I thought, oh boy, hover armor. See how you drop down? Yeah. It doesn't matter. Whoop. I'll take the volts for it. I was like, okay, let's go across. Oh, shit. Almost died there. So, yeah, it only allows you... It only hovers above the ground, that's it. So, it's like, whatever. And I'll be honest with you, the only thing nice thing about this is that It helps on the very hard, especially during like the major boss fights where you could die pretty quickly. It keeps you at death's door, but it poisons you. But it definitely helps on some of those fights, or in the beginning, once if you've got this, or if you got enough med kits, you don't worry about it. Trauma kits. The only drawback is if both companions are down, you won't be able to apply the trauma kit. So, if they're alive and you go down, you can be restored and continue where you immediately left off. That's why during the boss fights, you use the Xylon Automech suit if you're doing very hard, and you won't have to worry about it. Because you won't die, but you will take poisoning. And by the way, if you fall, you die anyway. Fall distance. It's only for like getting shot and that type of stuff. Alright, I'm gonna end it. That's the comparison between the two. If you're on the fence and you have neither one of them, buy Outer Worlds. It's very fun. It's short. It's enjoyable. Wait till Outer Worlds 2 is between $15 and $20, then pick it up. But like I said, don't expect Outer Worlds. It's not the same. It's along the same format, but it's a completely different game. It's been really dumbed down. Alright. Thank you for watching. You have a great rest of the weekend.